On July 4th, 2021, a massive explosion occurred in the Caspian Sea. As this explosion rocked a section of Azerbaijan, a tall fireball could be seen reaching more than 500 meters or 1,640 feet into the sky. What had just occurred was not human-caused, but rather a natural event due to an unusual series of geologic phenomena. This explosion was related to the nation's vast oil and natural gas reserves. Although rare, what had just occurred was an explosive eruption of a mud volcano called Dashli Ada. The Dashli Ada mud volcano is located in the western Caspian Sea along the eastern land border of Azerbaijan. Specifically, it is located 85 miles south of the nation's capital, Baku. This feature is one of more than 400 mud volcanoes spread across eastern Azerbaijan, comprising a majority of all of the planet's known active mud volcanoes. While the vast majority of these simply erupt mud onto the surface in an effusive manner, a select few have been known to produce flames and, on occasion, explosions. First, some clarification. Although Azerbaijan contains 2 active volcanoes, the nation has not been the site of a true volcanic eruption since 739 BCE. Mud volcanoes are not included in this tally, as mud volcanoes are not truly volcanoes. Mud volcanoes in eastern Azerbaijan do not erupt any lava and do not form via direct interaction with a shallow body of magma. With this being said, many of the world's mud volcanoes are related to volcanic activity. As an example, at the Salton Buttes volcano in California, numerous mud pots exist due to rising quantities of volcanic gases which escape alongside small volumes of heated water due to an at-depth magma chamber. Thus, these mud pots could technically be considered the water pour equivalent of hot springs. However, the mud volcanoes within Azerbaijan are different, as the heated gases which propel the eruptions are not volcanic in nature. Rather, they are related to the presence of abundant oil and gas deposits in the vicinity. At depth, groundwater interacts with hydrocarbons, which due to a chemical reaction turns the water acidic. Next, geothermal energy heats the acidic water, causing it to travel upwards. As it travels upwards through the crust, it dissolves layers of rock along the way, forming mud. Eventually, it reaches the surface, thus erupting as mud and emitting high levels of flammable gases. The constructed mud volcanoes widely range in size, but they are by no means considered to be small features. As an example, look at the feature I have zoomed in on. This individual mud volcano is an impressive 400 meters or 1,312 feet tall and 3,500 meters or 11,483 feet wide, meaning that it is taller than many volcanic cinder cone vents. From the top of its edifice, 2 active vents can be observed along with a flow of recently erupted mud which travels down slope. Although this feature is one of the larger mud volcanoes in the region, it is by no means the widest or tallest in the country. Some other nearby mud volcanoes are similarly large, having reached their size after erupting mud intermittently for thousands and even perhaps tens of thousands of years. Most of the time, these mud volcanoes peacefully emit natural gas, methane, and other hydrocarbons into the atmosphere. However, due to a number of factors, under very specific circumstances, these deposits, when they interact with groundwater to form a mud volcano, can spark. This can theoretically occur for a number of reasons, including possibly static electricity, which then triggers a series of events somewhat similar to an oil well blowout, thus causing an explosive eruption of gas from a mud volcano. The mud volcano which erupted on July 4, 2021 had already explosively erupted several times in the past. In both 1920 and 1945, this mud volcano-related island erupted, creating a towering fireball and expanding the overall edifice. Thanks for watching. If you would like to request a specific topic, please leave a comment below. Additionally, I would like to thank this channel's patrons on Patreon and channel members on YouTube.